Hello, my name's James Piecowye, and this is a Podaholiks Tech Talk review of the Huawei Mate20 Pro. So I've had an opportunity to use this Mate20 Pro for about 2 weeks now. Now, keep in mind, I'm coming from a P20 Pro, and my first thought was, is this Mate20 Pro really a phone that one would want to get? And if you're using a P20 Pro, do you want to head over to a Mate20 Pro? So right off the bat, been using the P20 Pro for a year, played around for 2 weeks with the Mate20 Pro. Is it a cool camera? Yes. Does it have great charging? Yes, and we'll get to both of those things. Is it a sleek phone? Is it sexy? Yes. Am I going to move over to it? No. Why? I really like the P20 Pro at this moment. Does the Mate20 offer me that much more that I'd want to move over from a phone that I've just started using? Well, it's been a year. Not at this time. There's enough of a link between the two that I think the P20 still has some life left in it. Now, if I was someone who was in the market to get a new phone, would the Mate20 be something, the Mate20 Pro, would it be a phone that I would absolutely consider? And the short response to that is yes. So what makes this kind of cool? First of all, when we look at this, the form factor of this product, we keep calling it a phone. I keep calling it a phone. The Mate20 Pro is pretty much a computer. And our smartphones today pretty much are computers. This thing is jam-packed with technology, and I think the last thing that I really use on it is the phone. I use it for everything else. Two letters when you start talking about this Huawei product that you need to have the forefront in your mind: AI. Uses a lot of artificial intelligence. It really is jam-packed. So just security-wise, when you look at the phone, you've got a little red button on the side. You can push it. It will activate the phone itself. It has 3D facial recognition, turns the phone on. Very simple. Now, a lot of phones coming with that today, so that's kind of neat. If you don't want to go with the facial recognition, you can also set up an on-screen. It doesn't have a set of buttons on the bottom. It's on-screen. You can set up an on-screen fingerprint recognition. Works really well. The phone itself, great beveled edges that just sort of go right into the case. When I first started playing with it, I thought it reminds me of some of the Samsung products that had the edges on it, and I wondered if there was an edge feature on it. There isn't. It's just very comfortable, and it almost gives me the illusion of getting more screen space. It is a whopping 6.4 inches of screen, and part of that is achieved because the screen doesn't have any physical buttons. The buttons are built into the screen, so you get a lot more real estate to play with. Everyone who's held this phone, the first thing they do is they roll it in their hands and they go, "This really feels good." And Huawei products all come with their own case. Now, of course, you can upgrade. It comes with a rubber case so that you can still see this very meaty, this very metallic, sexy looking, but also it has weight. There's no plastic on this. It doesn't feel like something that is flimsy. When I start talking about this phone, first question people ask is, what's battery life like? This thing's got a ginormous 4,200 milliamp battery, charges up to full charge in 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes gets you 70% charge. If you put this on for an hour with the supercharger, it comes with it again. You just plug it in and you can get 100% charge in an hour. So that's pretty good. Now, my experience using the P20 Pro is these phones, again, using the artificial intelligence, the fact that it's got the latest and greatest chip inside. It's got a Kirin 980, so it has got great chip technology. It's very fast. It allows it to do a lot of thinking for you. So it's taking the opportunity to look at how you're using your phone. It's making some observations, and it then starts to manage your battery life according to your usage features. Back to, are you going to get a good day out of this, or because it's got a big chip, does it use up a lot more power? With my P20, yesterday as an example, I was shooting video, I was shooting stills, I was uploading them to social media, I was surfing, I was using maps, I was listening to Spotify, and at the end of the day I had 39% battery left. So huge battery, charges really quick, which makes it a very interesting feature. Also, you now have the Q1 wireless charging. So that becomes even better. All you do is sit it on top of the charger, presto marvo, your battery is charging. So you're never going to run out of battery with this kind of a phone. What makes this product really interesting, and I think it's what we tend to be doing a lot with our phones these days, is we're taking pictures, we're taking video. The folks over at Huawei teamed up with Leica. It has a 3-sensor camera system built into it. This is a really, really great camera. 40 megapixel camera, 20 megapixel camera, and 8 megapixel camera. It allows you to do zoom up to 5 times optical with the phone, or you can go down and you can do a wide angle. Takes fantastic photos. But what makes the phone even more special, again, because it's using great chip technology, because it's using artificial intelligence, built into the phone is the opportunity for the phone to help you make your photos better. And how does it do that? If you're, for instance, deciding, oh, I want to take a picture of this other phone. What it does is it's taking a look at the environment and saying, you're taking a picture of, in this case, would probably see the glass and says you're taking a picture of food. And what it will do is it'll adjust aperture, it'll adjust exposure for you. It has 1,500 scenarios that are programmed into it. So it is looking at your scenario and saying, hey, it's kind of like this one. I'm going to use these features, and 25 different categories. So pets, food, beach, snow, and the list goes on. Now, here's the beauty of it. You don't have to use it. You can turn it off in the settings, very simple, or you can turn it off when you're taking a photo. So when it comes up with the AI suggestion, it'll reset it. You can hit a little X and turn it off. So it makes it really simple. Water resistant, big thing these days. You want to make sure you're not going to get wet. Generally speaking, if I was looking to buy a new phone, this Huawei product would be at the top of my list. Again, why? Using some of the coolest technology out there. The Leica camera system, co-engineered with Huawei, is spectacular, and I tend to be taking a lot of pictures. It's very fast. It has a 6 gigabyte onboard RAM, 128 gigabyte, let me just make sure I got that right for you, 126 gigabytes of storage, so I never run out. And because it's using a very new chip, because there is a lot of speed in this phone, because of the amount of RAM that I have, apps open very quickly. They cycle through what they're doing very quickly. I don't notice any lag. I love the fact that I can do a little bit of video editing on the phone, and it does it fast. It renders things fast. It's just a great device. It looks good, feels good in the hand, and it really has some of the latest and greatest technology, and it comes in at about 2,200 dirhams if you're in the United Arab Emirates. Is it the cheapest phone on the market, most inexpensive phone on the market? No. Does it pack a whole bunch of technology and a lot of really cool features that will make you just look good when you post stuff up on social media and share things? Yes. Is it a phone you want to consider? Absolutely. Go and hold it, feel it, take a look at it, listen to the sound that comes off it. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a phone that doesn't excite you more. So coming from me, the Huawei Mate20 Pro, a phone that I would consider? Absolutely. You heard it from me right here, James Piecowye, Tech Talk, a Podaholiks podcast.